Hi. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, my name is Alex. If you couldn't tell by the channel name or my social media, I don't know. And if you've been here before or you're already subscribed to me, welcome back. Gang shit. Am I allowed to cuss on YouTube? I don't know, but I feel like I've done it enough. So today's video will be, well, first of all, on Twitter, I don't know if y'all follow me on Twitter. If you don't, my @ is @AlexJoy, but the L is an I, so it's @AIEXJoy. I posted a poll because I didn't know what video I wanted to film. I knew I wanted to film a video, but I didn't really know what video, so I made a poll. And I said, vote for a video you want to say please with one of those old little fucking hearts because I'm a loser. First option was why I have so many I should do that, I have heart problems. Ow. First one was why I have so many followers, so basically like where the clout came from, you know, because it didn't just grow overnight. I was gonna review SoundCloud rappers' music. I'm gonna still do that at some point. That shit sounds like fun. I was gonna do a skincare routine, but my skin is literal shit right now, so I don't want to be misleading and tell you guys it works if it doesn't work. And the last one, which is the video I'm doing today, is the story about my stalker from sophomore year. Yeah. So I decided to take it upon myself to write notes about what to say because whenever I start freaking filming, I forget what to say. And I end up repeating myself like 7 times because I was watching my videos the other day and I was like, wow, I really don't know how to do this. So yeah, now we have fucking cue cards because I'm a toddler who can't give a speech in front of a freaking 3rd grade class. Just kidding, I was really good at speeches in middle school. Anyway, it is time to get into the story. So I'm gonna end this clip. Okay, so it all started in 2016. So at this point I was a sophomore in high school. It was over the holidays and my grandma was in town and she didn't get me a Christmas gift, but she was like, you know what, we can go to the mall, you can pick something out. So I was like, oh, cool. Because, you know, grandmas will usually get you something BS, or like, I mean, cash is cool, obviously, I'd love to have some cash, but she wanted to buy me something, so I was like, okay, we can go to the mall. So, drove grandma to the mall, and we get there, blah, 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 we're looking around and shit. I ended up going into, like, Champs or Foot Locker, I don't remember which one, that's the flaw in this right now, this story, is because I don't, why is this straight? What the this chunk of hair is always straight, and I don't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna cover that up so I don't feel bad about, oh, good, there's more straight. Anyway, I'm so bad at this, I'm so sorry, this is probably so hard to watch. I'm inside Champs, Foot Locker, whatever, with my grandma looking at shoes because sophomore year Alex loved tennis shoes. I just loved them, I love sneakers. But I wasn't like a fucking sneakerhead or anything, I don't know shit about shoes, I just saw something I liked and I would buy it, so. That's what all my money went to my sophomore year, and I have a ton of shoes that I've worn once. Annoying. But so I'm in there with grandma, you know, chilling, shopping with grandma. So typical, just slow shit. And this guy keeps looking at me. I was like, what the fuck? He like followed me in the store. Like I saw him earlier somewhere else, and then he like followed me into the store, and like everywhere I would go, like I would move around and shit, and like he would just keep reappearing. So I was like, weird. I love Snapple. So I was like, okay, it's a little bizarre if you ask me, but you know, kid looks like he's like in high school, so I'm like not gonna dig too deep into it because he doesn't look crazy. So I was like, okay, whatever, just focus on getting a pair of shoes so you can get out and go home. My indecisive ass was in the store for maybe another 15 minutes. And dude comes over and walks over to me. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, he like waited till my grandma like walked away to look at something, and then he came up. So I was like, ew, you're like watching me, you fucking weirdo. So he was like, oh, like something along the lines of like, you're cute, like can I get your number? And normally I never give out my number just because, well, specifically this reason now. Ruined it for the rest of them, dude. I need to like give him a fake name. Let's call him Matthew. So he like introduces himself to me, whatever. He seemed pretty cool, so I was like, you know what, like it's not gonna hurt just to give the kid my number. Like it doesn't have to go anywhere. He said he was from Berkeley, so I was like, you know what, I'm probably never gonna see you again, so I'll just give you my number, you know, and then we can just move on our merry way, if that's the phrase, I don't know. So I gave him my number, whatever. My grandma comes back, she's like, oh, who is that? And I was like, oh, like just some kid, blah blah blah, like no big deal at all. So she's like, okay. So I go home and like 2 days pass and he hasn't texted me, so I'm like, thank God, because I hate texting people, like getting to know people like over text. And I was like, I honestly didn't even think he was like that cute. I was just being nice and gave him my number, you know, like he didn't seem like a threat, so I just gave him my number. So then he started texting me and he was cool. He went to like a high school that I knew of and stuff, and like he like said that he like knew people that I knew, so I was like, okay, like fine dude, like it's fine, totally cool. So I was like, okay, whatever. Conversation like started dying down for me. I was just like, I'm not interested, like I don't really need to be texting you anymore, so I just kind of like stopped replying. He didn't like that, kept texting me very, very, very persistently, to the point where I literally was just like, okay, I can't do this. So I just deleted the kid's number. And I was like, hey, whatever, that's that. Awesome. It was all done, and I was chilling. And then a little, like, I don't know, maybe a month goes by, and I played club volleyball at the time. And this was after I got, I don't remember what surgery it was. I think it was wisdom teeth. I think I just got my wisdom teeth removed. Was it that or was it my appendix? I think it was my appendix. It was my appendix. Got my appendix removed. So I wasn't able to play volleyball for like a month. But like obviously I still went to practices and stuff like that, and I was chilling, you know, in my regular athletic clothes. So I had leggings on and like running shoes and like a t-shirt or a tank top. I don't really remember that well. And my team was doing hitting drills, and I was just like standing in the back, like just like digging and just like passing all the balls and shit that like they were hitting. Just, you know, like it wasn't like terrible contact to where like it would really hurt me, and I wasn't gonna like go all out. But stupid me decided to go all out for one ball. One went all the way up to the side, and I went to get it with like a hook. I think I went to hook it, I don't know, and I slid on my knee in my brand new Lululemon leggings. I was so mad. I got them like 2 days before. I burned a hole. Like I slid on the gym floor, burned a hole through my leggings, through my knee. I literally had chunks of like legging in my leg. Like it was like sticking, like I had to like pull it out with fucking tweezers, because like you couldn't just like brush it off. Like it was in my leg. But I didn't care that my knee was busted open. I cared that I ripped my leggings, and I was mad. I was like, fuck, I just got these. It was like Christmas or some shit. I got them as a gift. I was like, my mom's gonna kill me because these are like $100. So I eventually told her that like, yeah, like I came home, she's like, what did you do? And I was like, look, I like ripped my leggings. So she's like, hey, I'm not buying you a new pair, which obviously I wouldn't fucking buy my stupid ass kid a new pair if she just ripped them playing volleyball when she's not supposed to. So I'm trying to find a song, apologies. So I was like, you know what, like that's fine, like I'll just buy myself a pair. But then I was like, you know what, as a joke, this is like back when I had like a pinch of clout, like a pinch. Like I maybe had like 7,000 on Twitter and like 3,000 on Instagram. Like it was like some small shit still for me. So I was like, actually no, I definitely had more than 3,000. I don't know, sophomore year, what can I say? So I made a fucking GoFundMe as a joke. And like, I got like $3. And it was a joke. Like I wasn't expecting people to actually like send me money for it. But this kid that I mentioned earlier saw that I posted this, and he was like, he texted me and he was like, hey, like, I'll buy you new leggings. And I was like, no dude, like, it's totally cool, like, don't worry about it. And he's like, no, like, I have a couple hundred just laying around that, like, I don't need, like, I can easily give you some. And I was like, no dude, like, it's totally fine, like, I have it handled, it's only like $100, like, I'll figure it out. And he's like, oh, well, like, you made a GoFundMe, I thought you, like, really needed them. And I was like, oh, like, that was a total joke, like, I'm sorry if, like, you thought it was real, like, I don't know. I was just like, no, like, totally fine dude, like, don't even worry about it, like, it's not your job to, like, buy me new leggings. So he was like, no, you know what, I'm gonna come buy you, or I'm gonna come bring you $100. I was like, huh? I was like, no the fuck you're not. I was like, you're kidding me. He lived like, where is Berkeley? Like 40 minutes? He lived like 40 minutes away from me. So I was like, okay, you know, like, it's not a long drive, but like, I'm not gonna tell this kid to come bring me $100. So I was like, okay, like, no dude, like, it's totally cool. And he's like, I'm gonna come tomorrow to your school and bring you $100. I was like, don't you have school? He's like, yeah, but it's totally fine, like, I don't need to be there. I was like, huh? So I was like, no, like, it's fine. So then the next day rolls around and I get a text, hey, I'm almost there. It's like, almost where? He's like, oh, at Foothill, which was the high school I went to. He's like, at Foothill. I was like, huh? I was like, what do you mean you're almost at Foothill? He's like, I told you I was bringing you $100 for your leggings. Like, I'm almost there. And I was like, I told you, like, not to do that. Like, I really told you no. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, that's weird. He's like, no, it's totally fine. Like, I want to do this for you. Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay. He's like, I'm like 10 minutes away. So I'm like, what the I'm in class. Like, I'm literally sitting in my English. Was I in English yet? I don't remember my schedule, but it was like right before I had to go to English class. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm in class, like, I can't just get up and go grab $100 from some kid in the parking lot. But he was like, okay, it's fine, like, I'll wait here till you guys, like, have, like, the break to where, why can't I think of the word? Just the break? What do you call that in high school? When you just, like, have, like, you have to, like, walk to your class. I'm gonna just call it a break. So I, like, had a break for my class. And he's like, okay, like, I see a ton of kids walking around campus, like, oh, it's a fighter jet. There's all these fucking jets that fly around over here, and they always just alarm me, and that was one of them. So he's like, oh, I see people walking around, like, where are you? Like, I know you're not in class because you're, like, everyone else is outside. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, okay, like, I'm walking around with, like, my best friend Crystal. Like, but I don't know who you are. I was just trying to avoid him at this point, because, like, I'm not gonna go walk up to this kid and grab $100 from him. He's like, oh, I think I see you. And I was like, oh, oof. I almost said a bad word right there. I was just like, oh no, like, this is bad. So he walks over to me and he hands me $100, but, like, it's not like anything slight, like, it's like a big deal, and everyone's looking, and I'm just like, bro, like, this is weird. So here's the picture of the $100. And here's the picture of me receiving $100 that Crystal took. Crystal, if you see this, hi. I miss you. But, so I was like, okay, like, I'll just see if, like, he wants to keep it. So I was like, dude, like, I really don't need this. I tried handing it back to him. I was like, I really don't need this. Like, it's totally fine. Like, thank you for, like, coming all the way out here and, like, trying to offer this to me. Like, that's really nice, but, like, I don't need it. And he's like, hey, well, I'm not gonna leave unless you take it. And I was like, bro, like, I have class to go to right now. I can't be doing this. I can't try to convince you to take your freaking money back. I was like, okay, well, like, I don't know what you want me to do. I was like, I'll buy the pants with this and then I'll pay you back. That was, like, the only way that I could, like, make this fine. So he was like, oops, I just totally shifted out of frame. Why do I talk like that? Anyway. So he just kind of was like, okay, like, I'm gonna leave now. And I was like, hey, yeah, like, oh, by the way, he left in the middle of, like, school. I think I already said that. I don't know. So I don't remember where that $100 is. It's probably somewhere still around because I don't spend cash. I just kind of have it. Why did it just get blurry? Hello? 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 So, oops, I didn't mean to turn that up. So then I just we just didn't talk after that, and totally fine by me. And then I was still in volleyball season, I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember when this was, unless it was my junior year. No, it was my junior year. My junior year, I had a volleyball game, and you know, just typical volleyball game. That probably sounded like it was gonna be more exciting. Anyway, after the game, I get a text from a number saying, oh, I was at your game tonight, but I left before it ended, so I couldn't say hi to you. So I replied, because I don't have the number saved. I'm like, who is this? He's like, oh, it's Matthew. Is that what I said his name was gonna be? He's like, oh, it's Matthew. And I was like, what do you mean you came to my game? And he's like, oh, I looked up your schedule online so I could come watch you play. And I was like, oh, why would you do that though? I didn't tell you to come, that's just kind of weird, you know? And he was like, oh, you know, I don't think it's weird. I really wanted to see you again, even though you didn't get to see me. And I was like, bro, what? No. I was like, this is weird. So eventually I went and blocked him on everything. I feel like he's still gonna end up seeing this. But he followed all my friends, which is weird. He's probably still following all my friends. But yeah, so that was just kind of bizarre. I haven't heard anything of him since then, but I feel like he still creeps on the low somewhere. But yeah, so that's kind of my stalker story. I don't know if I would go to the lengths to call him a stalker, but I don't know, it was just weird. And he was a year younger than me too, so he's probably still in high school. But it's just I don't know, the fact that he left his his school in the middle of the day to bring me $100 and then popped up at my volleyball game and then left and then texted me about it. And then after I blocked him, he went and followed all my friends. I don't know, man, that's just weird. I don't know if it's just me, but that freaked me out. But yeah, I probably have another good story. I just have to think. I'm not good at story times because I have a really poor memory. But yeah, so if he pops back up, I'll update this, but I think I'm good for now. Yeah, so with that being said, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Just kidding, this is YouTube. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I hate YouTube, I'm so bad at this. I'm better at Instagram Live. Speaking of social medias, I'm never singing again in my life. I touched my hair way too much. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please turn on the notifications. I don't know where that is. It's somewhere down here, I think. Subscribe, I want to say that's here, but it also could be there. Like the video, that also could be here or here. Yeah, give it a good thumbs up. You know, give me a comment if you've ever experienced anything like this, ever did this to someone. If you did, that's weird. Don't do that. People will be scared of you. But yeah. So, subscribe, follow me on these. Also, my Snapchat is public now. If y'all want to add me on Snapchat, people have been asking for that. It's alex.cravens4. I'll put that here. But yeah, so my social medias, as always, at alexjoy, but that L is an I. And then at alex.joy for Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna try to post more, but I only do that when I'm bored, like right now. I'm gonna go find something to do. Bye!